All right, let's talk about corporate yoga, but I have a feeling it's not what you think it is. Here at Pratimoksha, we've seen this practice do some amazing things for workplaces, and I really want to walk you through what it actually looks like when it's done right, with real focus and intention.
Okay, so when I say the phrase corporate yoga, what pops into your head? Be honest. Is it something kind of awkward, a little bit out of place? Yeah? Well, if that's what you're picturing, you are definitely not alone.
You know that image, right? The one with colleagues in their work clothes trying to do a sun salutation between two whiteboards? It's such a strong stereotype, and honestly, in our experience here at Pratimoksha, that one mental picture has probably stopped more real conversations about well-being than anything else, more than budget, more than time. So let's just go ahead and dismantle that idea right now.
Okay, so here's the first big reframe. This is so important. We need to shift how we think about this. This is not about bringing a workout into the office. Not at all. It's about introducing a powerful tool for recovery.
And this slide really gets to the heart of it. People think it's a fitness class, but what we're actually doing is guiding mental recovery. They think it's some kind of flexibility contest. Nope. It's about regulating your nervous system. And this last one is huge. It's not a one-off gimmick for a wellness week. The real, lasting value, that comes from doing it consistently.
So here's how we define it. Think about it like this. A vacation is great, right? It's a temporary escape from pressure. But what we're teaching is different. It's a structured method that changes how you function under pressure. That's a skill you take with you everywhere, long after the session is over. And in today's world, that's an absolutely invaluable skill to have.
All right, so what does one of these sessions actually look like? What can your team expect? We've made it super simple and accessible. We're talking just 30 minutes. It can happen in a conference room, it can happen online. Honestly, where you are doesn't matter nearly as much as the practice itself. It all comes down to three simple things. First, we start with a breath. We use specific techniques to help regulate your nervous system. It's incredibly powerful. Then, some gentle movement. We're just trying to release all that tension that builds up from being at a desk all day. And yeah, you can do most of this right from your chair. And finally, stillness. And this isn't about clearing your mind. It's about learning how to direct your awareness, which is a total game changer. And the result of these three things, it's pretty amazing. People walk out of a session and they can think more clearly. They're a bit more patient, more generous with their colleagues. And you know what that leads to? Better decisions. And listen, this isn't some fluffy wellness talk. This is just basic neurophysiology. We're literally changing the state of your brain in real time. Okay, now I want to talk about something that we believe is absolutely critical, something that a lot of people overlook. And for us at Pratimoksha, this is everything. The teacher. The person leading the session matters a lot. Our founder, Lalitha Viswanath, really instilled this in us. She always says, the practices matter, but the understanding behind them matters more. And that's so true. See, anyone can learn a sequence of poses from a book, but that's not teaching. That's not what creates real change. A truly skilled teacher, they can walk into a room and just feel the energy. They can see that the team is totally burned out from a day of back-to-back meetings, and they'll adapt the session right then and there. They're not just instructing from a script, they're guiding an experience. That's why our sessions are always live and responsive. They're for the actual people in the room on that specific day. So that brings us to results. Because look, a single session feels great, don't get me wrong, but the real, lasting transformation that companies are looking for, that comes down to one word: consistency. So we talk a lot about an 8-week program. Why 8 weeks? Is that just a random number? Absolutely not. It's all based on neurophysiology, on how our nervous system actually learns. To create real change, you need repetition. Your body and brain need to practice this state of calm regulation over and over, so it becomes your new default response to stress, not just a fluke. And this is what that journey usually looks like. After that first session, people say, "Oh, that was pleasant. A nice break." Then around week 3, the feedback changes. They say, this is interesting. I'm actually noticing a little difference. But that 8-week mark, that's when we hear about the genuine shift. That's when it stops being something they do and starts becoming part of how they operate every single day. Which brings us to maybe the biggest question of all. Who is this really for? And this might surprise you. It's not really for the people who are already into yoga and wellness. It's for your team. It's for everyone else. Think about your team right now. This is for that senior manager whose shoulders are practically glued to their ears. It's for the analyst who goes home with a headache every Thursday like clockwork. It's for that team leader who seems like they have it all together but is secretly just running on fumes by Wednesday. It's for anyone who feels consistently depleted. Those are the people we designed this for. And here's the beautiful thing. The practice meets them exactly where they are. You don't need any experience, you don't need to be flexible or fit, and there is absolutely zero expectation to perform. It's just 30 minutes to press the reset button. That's it.
So I want to leave you with this one question. For just a moment, forget about the budget, forget about scheduling, just think about the potential. What could your team achieve if they had a genuine, reliable way to recalibrate and recover? What would that unlock, not just for them as individuals, but for your entire organization?